the defeat. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message. You the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess. You ain't scary to me. I heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on your Vegeta, run up down the air in the scene. I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's sauce so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Man, I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all those losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Just like the hands on the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm driving the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't wanna bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break it, but me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. I shake a big, told them all, you ain't first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma throw that cash to my money. You know what? Please stop.
She right, got me.
That boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and wanna see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that wanna keep you where you.
All right, gentlemen, we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Football's a simple game.
Never cap, out of the trap, watch me mile. As soon as I snap, get in the bag, pop for the sack, shaking them out, breaking them out, top of the top, like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, maybe the shoes, maybe the team, maybe the camp, maybe the crew. You need to win, that's how we do. I've been a king, and I'm about mine. Look at that mine, they running the route, I leave it.
Ready? Fight 33. I get it.
Man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. The game is really starting to slow down for you, isn't it? I can't wait to see what you're going to do on Sunday. Good job.
hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm on
Ready?
board.
Get set, ready?
Boy, till there's nothing left. I'm on right to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Yeah, them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Get set, ready? Ready? Get it! Ready? Ready?
City like the championships. All my records go hard. This a champion hit. I've been working for this moment. Like I've been in the gym. I've been all over hurdles. I've been in the
Here we go, here we go. 180. Look at it. Let's go. Set. 180. What is it? What is it? 188. What is it?
They don't know my name, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Day 6, got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You are raised,
but still got a reflux. Eyes drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside, look when they peep us. Shoes us in the belly of the beach, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk, see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising, thinking what type of knowledge don't sink in. Life gives you lemons and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage way before they pour it on my grave. Minute Maid, let it set my soul ablaze on each and every way. Put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I'll get through the pain.
from Seattle, Washington. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This is DJ Reed returning. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
For first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, 6-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 19 carries, 68 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often, in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. That catch good for only a couple. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And that is incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Out now come the Patriots as they are led out by their quarterback, a former MVP of the National Football League back in 2015, Cam Newton.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this out past the 25. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. On first and 10, Newton dancing to his left. It won't be a sack.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
At the 3-yard line.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling.
And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
New England.
James White, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Justin Rohrwasser.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here's Reed. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Carson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
End of the first quarter with the score Patriots 7, Seahawks 0.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Seahawks.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
He's brought down at the 20.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Carson. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Patriots' 9-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10. Newton to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Going deep here for Adelman. And this one is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Wilson on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg Olsen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. On first down, Newton looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damiere Byrd, an 80-yard touchdown. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Reed returning. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
DK Metcalf and the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Complete. Fumble on the play.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole form of what's about to happen, because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's second down. Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The tight end, Dalton Keene, the target. On 2nd and 10, Newton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. So we've reached halftime here and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Michael Dixon to kick off.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Return.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started.
And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On 1st down, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
The kickoff for Seattle.
This one fielded at the 5. Pushing through the contact. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Oshesky on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
One more game remains to be played in week 2 after this one, and it's a game that folks have been looking forward to for months, if not years. The first ever regular season home game for the Las Vegas Raiders as they host the Saints. 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 in Vegas, right here on EA Sports. That should be fun. Demir Bird, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 27.
The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dalton Keene, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
17.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Devin McCourty brings him down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Carson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And that's good for a Seahawk.
Good gain by Chris Carson, picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
Takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
1 yard gain.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They run it with Carson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Complete.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
A gain of 45 yards.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needs needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Cam Newton with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. 5 plays there on that drive. And the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Reed. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd and short. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Intended for Greg Olsen.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Wilson. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing again here, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Myers' kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Makes the score Patriots 28.
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Oshesky on the return. The The Patriots take over 1st and 10.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jacoby Myers, 78 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Lost man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Reed returning. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the kick.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
To throw again, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Reed. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Sack.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To try again after the sack. Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
At the 43-yard line.
From the gun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on second down. Wilson, incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Kyle Duggar there on the coverage.
On third down, Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year.